So apparently, if you show a slide at the beginning of your talk with a cat and a small child in it, 90% of the audience will like you. I don't know who that is. I just found it on the internet when I was searching for children once. So I'm going to talk to you about a project I did called Hate Mail. I really like postcards. I like vintage postcards. I collect them. These are some of my favorite ones for my animal collection. Here's some others. One of the nice things about collecting vintage postcards is not always what's on the front. It's quite often what's on the back that can be really nice. So this one in the top right says, "Dear Nana, there is not much I can say to you because you have been to see us." I mean, that's fucking weird, isn't it? Why would you send her a postcard? I really like the design of this one in the bottom right as well, just the way they've kind of got that perfect column of type just going down there on a typewriter. Another thing that's weird about looking at postcards is a lot of the naughty, the dirty ones, they seem to have this theme where they only use a couple of words on the back, like "Regards, Maureen." I think that must be like a record-breaking, the shortest postcard ever written. This is weird as well, you know, so it's like 1964, where's George? I don't know who that is. I don't know if this is like a clue to a murder mystery or something. I like to think it is. So this girl got in touch with me on Twitter and she said, "Dear Mr. Bingo, if you drew a picture of me, if you did a portrait of me, it would make my life." So I did that. I like Twitter. I was drunk one night on Twitter, drunk, and I wrote this tweet. I will send a postcard with an offensive message on to the first person who replies to this. And it got a really good response. So, sorry, I'm going a bit. So about 50 people got back in the first kind of few minutes. Lots and lots of people, like me, I want to be insulted. Really interesting kind of psychological experiment. So this guy won, Jonathan Hopkins, and I sent him this postcard, you know, fuck you, Jonathan, fuck you and fuck your shit legs. Sent it off. And lots of people kept getting back in touch and saying, you know, we want hate mail, please send us hate mail. It's really strange. So I opened this thing on my website called Hate Mail, and it's a very simple project where people can send me £5 through PayPal, and I'll send them an offensive message on a postcard. Very simple. There's some rules at the bottom. There's kind of legal disclaimers and stuff saying I'm not responsible if anyone commits suicide, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, again, the response was really good. So these are some of the ones I sent out. Here's some examples from the Hate Mail project. Can you all read that at the back? It says, "Dear Ian, I did a Google image search for Ian Allardyce and this came up. That's probably the harshest one, I think. If you are assaulted while alone in an underground station, you must deal firmly with your opponent in order to get away. If there is more than one, then your defense must be more conclusive. A bunch of keys pushed firmly into your opponent's nostrils will give you ample time to get away from him." It's really weird. This guy actually wrote back to me and said that he had a cat that looked like that. It was coincidence. You look like Gaddafi in a wig. "Dear Luke and Vanessa, great to meet you last week at the Stoke Newington Dogging Club. Sometimes what's nice is a sort of juxtaposition between the lovely picture on the front and then the weird picture on the back. Dear Thierry, last night I dreamt that you were killed by kittens with laser eyes. Dear Dave, I saw your mum coming out of Chicken Cottage. Have you ever Googled angry dog? It's such a weird, they have such weird faces, like snarling dogs. It's just, makes me laugh a lot. This is quite a dark one, and maybe it's sort of a personal thought I have about a lot of people. You are just another generic drone wandering around waiting for the weekend. What's interesting about a lot of these as well is like the way that some of them are quite, it's like a bit of a diss to the location, and you wonder what the postman thinks when he gets it, you know, everyone gets offended. It's like a moving piece of art. That's another one. With that one, it was sort of like a challenge to see how much of the back of the postcard you could actually take up. Just leaving a little bit of room for the address. I was interested as well just to see what would get through, you know, what kind of expletives are allowed through the postal system, but it appears that everything gets through, I think. They're not fussy. And then what was quite nice about the hate mail thing was that a lot of people started sending hate mail back to me. I didn't ask for any of this. The one in the middle and the top is actually some love mail. Someone was trying to kind of change me. But, yeah. And then this is, someone sent me a Swiss roll with fucker written on it. Yeah, what's up, Fabric? Yeah, you motherfuckers. Yeah. Yo, when I say mister, you say bingo, mister. Mister. Yeah. Yo, when I say mister, you say bingo. Yo, man, I thought illustration was your thing, though. Yeah, but I grabbed the microphone and now I'm on the stage of Fabric. The whole motherfucking life is ad-lib. I saw this door once and I was like, I really get this sign, I totally understand it, but why isn't it on every fucking door in the world? So the hate mail project got a bit successful, people liked it, and I got a book agent, and then eventually ended up with Penguin Books sniffing around, and they wanted to make a book out of it, which is brilliant. So I went for a meeting with Penguin Books in their offices, met 3 people, and then a week later I sent them these. Some would say it was a risky maneuver, but it was just to kind of make sure they understood the project. You know, if they get this, they get it. If they don't, you know, we can't work together. And then that just to make sure, just to sort of seal the deal, you know. And they really liked it, and they came back a couple of weeks later and said, we want to offer you a book deal. It's great. A hate mail book. So I went to Cornwall on my own for a week and had a hate mail holiday. And I stayed in this amazing apartment overlooking the sea and just spent the whole time doing hate mail. This is my office, this is my studio for a week. It's half done. That's a half done Git written in Lego. some hate mail drying on the windowsill. Work in progress. And it's nice, so I just got to sort of sit places like this and come up with ideas for more hate mail. And it's such a small, remote place I went to. This was the only pub in the village, so I'd go here in the evenings and come up with ideas. And one of the ones I did, I was doing this painting of a shit on the back of a postcard. And this really weird thing happened. This fly just landed and looked at it, and it was like sort of the biggest compliment I've ever had for my work, I suppose, because it wasn't sure. Note to self, idea, mini fist attached to finger, mini fist attached to knuckle for punching flies, for punching small insects and flies. You know when you go to sleep and you dream, it really annoys me sometimes when I don't have good dreams. I always want to have like the best dreams possible, and I've heard that a lot of people are very influenced. Their dreams are very influenced by the very last things you think about before you go to bed. So what I do every night is for about an hour before I go to bed, I just sort of look at this picture. Just study it. And maybe if it's like a Friday night, I might look at that one. Cheers. Cheers.